Hello there, I'm Nigel from Herts Electrical, and today I'm going to show you how to change a light switch. Here we have a white single light switch, and we're going to show you how to change it safely and do it properly. We have isolated this circuit, and before you start changing any light switch, okay, you have to check that the circuit has been turned off and isolated safely. So please do this and check and double check that it's turned off and safe to work on. We have done this already, and so we're going to show you how to change it. Put it into the screws and I'm going to turn anti-clockwise to undo the light switch. When you're turning, you want to press forward slightly so it makes a firmer contact with the screw. So you're turning and pressing forward. So press in and turn, press and turn. Keep the screws. Right, and here we have the wire into a light switch. This is not a metal light switch, so we don't need the earthing connected to the switch. This earthing is for metal switches. So this earthing is going to the metal back box. So if you can see that there, this is the earth sleeving, and inside is the earthing conductor, and that's earthing the metal back box. If you've got a metal fitting, we want to have this earth connected to the switch. So I'm going to undo the top wire, turning anti-clockwise. And then the bottom wire, turning anti-clockwise. The thing about lighting wiring is it's a very thin wire. It's not a big load or amount of power going on it, so we don't need a big cable to supply the lights. So it's quite a thin cable. This is a 1mm cable. And it's quite thin, so what happens, it being thin, is quite brittle. The ends get quite, when we screw down on the ends of the cable, it makes a little dent on the cable, and so whenever we change the switch, we just tidy up the ends of the cable. We're just going to cut the ends off with our cutters. And then we're going to strip the insulation about 12mm back here. So just squeeze gently, not hard. We don't want to squeeze. We don't want to cut the metal inside. We just want to squeeze on the plastic, squeeze, and a little pull like that. So here's another here's the switch wire. So I'm going to just cut the ends and then redo it. About 12mm, squeeze and pull. Oh, sorry. Squeeze and pull. Squeeze and pull. At about 12mm. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to double to give the cable some more strength. I'm going to double over the end to make a little loop like that. So it gives it more strength, and there's more area for the screw to bite on. So here we have the metal conductor, and I'm going to put my long nose pliers towards the end and then just squeeze it and then twist over round to make a loop like that, and then with long nose pliers up to it and sort of squeeze upwards. We're making a nice strong loop. Makes it a lot stronger to bite onto, less likely to break off. Now we'll get the new light switch, and I'm going to put the brown cable into the common, like so. So the brown cable, and it's marked common. There's common, so that's the power going in. and push that cable in there, and then put the screwdriver in the top, and then turn clockwise. Now it's got to be tight, but not too tight, because it can break the cable. So you want to feel it bite, and then sort of quarter turn after that. Okay. Then little tip, electrician's tip. Sometimes the cable can break. So what we do is we give it a little tug. This is not an Arnie Schwarzenegger tug. This is just a little pull to see if it comes out. So that's nice and tight. And then the same again with the blue wire, the switch wire. We're going to put that end into L1. Put screwdriver in the bottom. There we are. Another little tip is, like, we don't want to see any or hardly any copper showing outside the switch. So it's nice. That's a nice tight terminal. So we're going to turn this again till you feel a bite. You can feel it when you turn it. You can feel it bite slightly. So you're turning and pushing, and when you turn it and you feel it bite, you just let it. You just sort of get to that point, and then half a turn after that. Okay. Let the electricians squeeze it, give it a little wiggle, not too hard, but that's not coming out, so we know it's nice and tight. So we're now going to put that switch back towards the back box, and I'm going to put the screws back in. So you line up that screw with that lug there. So line it up, and I like to just get that one in, screw it into it just bites, but not all the way. Just leave that a bit loose. That way you can see the lug behind it. If you do it too tight, you've got no room to maneuver or see what you're doing. So this screw is going to line up with this lug back here. And we're turning and turning until it's all nice and tight. So when it's just about to bite, to get it to about level, and I'm going to do the right one first. So I can feel that again. We're not Arnie Schwarzenegger, and we're not trying to break everything. We're just nice, firm, and then stop. And again, turn till you feel it bite, feel it biting, and then half a turn after that. And that is ready to roll. Hope that's helpful. Nigel really from Herts Electrical. Take care. Bye.